Hello everyone and welcome to this stream. I have done all the things. We will wait a little moment till we begin, see if any more people come in. As always, I am Fae'ret. This is Lorelei, standing next to Tataru. And yes, you may notice that I am in the Rising Stones and not in like the empty, ready to do Eden things. That's because I have decided to just continue the main story quest for Handwalker now. I can do Eden later. I wanted to continue the main story quest for a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. You might also notice if I remove this starting soon thing, I'm back on Ragnarok. I've gone home. Oh. Lucifer the Beast, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And that's okay. Just glad to have you anyway. Well, I think we can just get started now. I already moved the starting soon thing. So, let's go. Talk to Tataru. See what comes next now that the Rising Stones have been abandoned and everyone has gone their own way. And we need to go our own way as well. Possibly, maybe. Unless Tataru has something for us. But Tataru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Hello, how lovely to see you. You're not in too much of a rush. I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Yeah, sure, I love tea. Take a seat then, and we'll find us something to nibble on as well. That sounds lovely. This looks lovely. Something to nibble on. There's so much to nibble on. Thought you were going to say something.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
I imagine.
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
Difficult. Surely find a way.
What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Not particularly. I think I'm still mulling it over.
I hope you weren't thinking of asking me for advice. Though if you are open to suggestions, I might have one for you.
Sure, go ahead.
You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats.
That's what I do.
For your
To deliver
deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
That does sound nice. These are both pretty good answers. I like the first one. You're right. Who knows what mysteries are still awaiting to be discovered?
Oh, that's the spirit. I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly. Now, all you need is a destination.
I do. Well, I am in Mordona, which is Adventure Central apparently.
If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me.
Sure.
Thavner. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you.
I see your point. I haven't been able to sightsee much.
Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Well, are we thinking it? Oh.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
More clothes. Nice.
Shouldn't take much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Sounds good. Do make sure it has pockets. You are the best. He did not know how to respond to that.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
Yeah, it's very exciting to watch you embroider.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
It's pretty cool.
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
I am a bit of a hoarder.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
I think it's taking a bit longer than one cup of tea. What's this?
And thus I am returned.
Not entirely sure we're going to see the ruins under the... whatever it was, the... Bounty Sea? Yeah, the Bounty Sea. I don't think we're going to go there.
Ah, you're awake.
I just closed my eyes a bit. I wasn't sleeping.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
That's okay.
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Certainly. Where's the Diamond Forge? Okay, where are we going? Forgotten this place was called this. Especially since there doesn't really seem to be a forge in here. It's okay. Observe as the artist refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. Only in a moment, you'll see. There's some more room on the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. Final adjustment to the hem. Well done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Looks pretty nice. Oh, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream for a bold new adventure? That's pretty nice. I'm so glad you approve. Well done yourself, Totaro, thank you. Oh, stop, you'll make me blush. You really want to thank me, though? All I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. Look at you, a famous hero, and wonder where did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? Before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other, place orders at the Taro's boutique. And now, clink clink, still overflowing from my coffers, sweet music to my ears. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Oh, nice. What the heck is this? Oh, neat. I'm not going to read all this now, but that's cool. Nice, thank you. The Unending Codex is now available on our collection in the duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added in to the Codex as you progress to the main scenario quests. Nice. See how this looks on. This look like in purple. It's still pretty nice. I might wear this. Not now though. Wonderful ruins. Totaro has some advice to share with you. As the former receptionist of and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Tavernier, I suggest you explore your options at Meridi's Mayhain, the finest drinking establishment in Ratzatan. Charm the employees, they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now, I must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Lorelei, and may fair fortune find you. Bye, Taru. And on to Daphne we go. Quests. That's gentleman, probably the new Hildegard quest line. Oh, that MSQ. Thank myself. How many variations of some songs there are? Variationish there are. They vary. Just use. Emilio, good to see you again. Welcome to Meridi's Mayhain. Hey, oh, hello. Did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. Well, I'm not looking for a table really. I'm looking for adventure news. Like ruins beneath the bounty. Yes. Would you be speaking of this sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact. He could tell you all about it. There he is, Professor Jalene. Thought I saw him come in. Though a somewhat private sort, Professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhain's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection. He should quickly share. Everything he knows about the vault, you see. A few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. When I really found out I took coin from Tavernier's savior, he would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Like that. Angeline. Yes. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty-fine registrations. I have none. This is fine. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Here we are, one of Meridia's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Thumbs up. Julian empties the cup in a single pull. It was very kind of you, miss. But I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? Oh, chasing that down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appeal to the adventurers at heart. Now, where to begin? I assume you've heard of Elzadar. He's a Khan of the Ori tribe which sailed to Tefnir from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Razad-Han. I don't think I do know the name. His decision to aid the Arkasudara is what ultimately won them the war against the Gachasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. A truly fascinating story, however, concern his grandson, Alzadal III, was known for his deeds as satrap in Razad-Han's earlier days. Some test this man traveled to another world entirely, and returned with glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of a sunken vault, one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Alzadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Razad-Han, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hearty souls would set out to claim their fortune, but vicious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Yes. Very subtle. Nearly another round for the professor. Oh, see, we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. Yes, I can read obvious social cues. Another for the professor. Oh, it was a splendid day to visit Mehe. Julian gulps down his newest drink with gusto. Where were we? Yes. Professor did return from seeking the treasure vault, flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only serve to feed the legend, and the golden allure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Ajama was saying. Ajama's a fellow connoisseur of spirituous potables. Yes, he is. Jeez. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail. I hear, but he did have... No, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What of mine would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? My bird sent you to your death. I could never live with myself. I am no stranger to peril. Is that so? Is it your turn to tell a tale then? What kind of dangers have you faced? Well, the end of the world several times. The edge of existence. For anyone else, I struggle to believe it. I recognize you now. You're worth the final days. Drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. More of the same, if you please. As you wish. But this one is on your coin, Professor. He ordered it, so sure. Julian drains us yet another cup dry. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Ashama's, he was desperate by a treasure map. What showed the way to the entrance of the vault? Seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Oh, thanks. I think I will signal for water instead, in case I even want to learn anything more. That's a nice signal. Your drink, sir. Oh, marvelous. I am parched. Celine gulps down the cup of water. That was water. Well, to bring water? Well, that's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. I will certainly thank you in the morning. I seem to have overindulged. I am put in mind the words of Mother Zalzar. Be wary of how much of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me. I will subject you to no more of these unseemly tactics. If you want to speak with Azama, well, as I said, we share a taste for the Mahane's fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You appear to have learned all that Jolene has to share regarding the undersea vault. Find out more, you will need to locate a man by the name of Azama. Thank you. And he seems... oh, well, there he is. Hello there. Yes, I am Azama. Who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took his ship out in search of Ulsadal's legacy. I've been watching for his sails ever since. I tried to dissuade him, of course. He refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. The look in his eyes, I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Ulsadal's third otherworldly hoard. His ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you off from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me. How he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Sashal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route. His friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty. That's not very clear. Within those ruins hide the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Ulsadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. That's unfortunate.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy.
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed had never return with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
Oh, he's totally in on this. Hey, Stenny.
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
A fortune, you say?
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
He's such a good bean.
Well met, my friend. Someone is dressed for adventure. But why Fae'ret of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
A very map, in fact.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
Indeed.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
And now I fleece one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
You seem to be eager to be on the way.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself.
I figured.
If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Fae'ret what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Oh yeah, we did do that.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
This is true.
Speaking of precocious lads, That boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant.
Yes.
Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
I always thought that waif referred to girls. But apparently not. Probably because it sounds like wife. I don't know.
You are coming along, yes?
Obviously. Or naturally.
I thought as much. Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Don't you go get any silly ideas. If we find you on any ship we take, I will be moderately upset. Wait, is it raining? Okay. You will recall I spoke of visiting Daphne at Britta's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast. I made his proposal once I met. I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wished me to train the Radiant host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matzia is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Archiali and see if he can help us. Okay. So I can fly, so it's not a big deal. Rest. Level 80 feature. Did I just miss that entirely? Somehow? I'm going to have to do that at one point. Hey there. I am hoping to buy a ship, of course, rather than buy one. My funds would not stretch quite that far. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So, we needed a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Right here, I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Yeah, there he is. I will be very upset with you. We are getting this treasure for you. Don't go dying. Oh. Stinian has noticed him too. Good. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Boy. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out away we walked so that you not cross paths with some wild beasts? I'm sorry, sir. Aren't you the heroes who saved Davnir? You are, I know you are. And I've gone and cheated you. Works at Sashal, you see. A map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan, and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and I beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have... Well, we'd be... Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out. My friend here was seeking those fairy ruins. Yeah, I was. You're kind to overlook the wrong I have done you. But there's more you need to know. The map you brought is very real. This is the island it shows. I overheard Sashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us, there's little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We could invite our comrades. Rahatia wants to adventure with me. That we could. And assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands with lungs that carry. Any ideas on whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last camp. I suppose Krau can come. But Rahatia wants to adventure with me. I'll take them. All may have our hands full rebuilding the student. If you reach out to Graha, he will surely leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes, that man is as strong as you. Is he though? Strong, I mean? Certainly. What is your name, boy? Merad, sir. Well, Merad, your life is yours to live as you will. But I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? I need to eat. Everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estin. First, Stenian is ready to escort Merad to safety. I get some food I will never eat. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. You'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let it be off too, Merad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Okay. Well, apparently we don't do link shells. And this story demands it, so we just have to go all the way to Charlian. Not now. This should stop. Busy here. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back, Lorelei. What might the students do for you? Aha. Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kyle. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Will do.
Ah, Urgica, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Heyo.
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
How's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities.
That's interesting.
We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come. But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around? The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance. Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
Want to adventure so bad.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Yes, we are.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Justinian. Well, he already came along, but no one else.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
Sure.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Goobel Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
Good.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
From here.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Sure.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
What if you don't choose these? People in the codex. Here's the metro. Go to this place. Closer. Pudding way. Eating up the pudding. Here. So far, so. Well, she wasn't hard to find, at least. Just taking catnap.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Must have been a lot of research. Oh, we're actually letting her sleep. That's nice.
Close my eyes for one moment. Ow!
I love how the music stopped.
How long have you two been here?
Yeah, catching up with sunlight reading.
Something to that effect.
Didn't sound that light when it fell on your head.
I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
That sounds like you.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections.
Yeah.
Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me? Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Thalmazane, okay.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Poor Mammoth. Clear out all those books. Okay. Stuff being landing codex. Nice. Thalmazane. Add a Ethernet shard nearby. Maybe just an entire Ethernet. Why? Why do people have to get wet feet when they teleport somewhere? This is bad design. Oh, hello. What if you're wearing shoes that are not watertight or something? Your feet will get wet. Yeah. Bad design, Charlie. Oh, wait, will not get dismounted here. Doesn't use the lift. Made aware of my coming. Why? Still love this song. Very whimsical. There you all are. Walk. I don't see Tancred anywhere. They're not supposed to be traveling with Urianger. I visited Labyrinthos on several occasions recently. They've not set foot in Thalmazane since the days we boarded the Ragnarok.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure.
I mean, I'm kind of wearing the same thing I've always worn.
I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
very curious. But it is good to see. It is good to see you well. I'm sure you will explain. Or someone else will ask.
And thee. As ever, thou art the picture of strength.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loporrits had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loporrits now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Are they wrong?
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation. But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos?
So we want to go on a treasure hunt, like adventurers do.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity.
Indeed.
I should be honored to accept thine invitation.
Yay. And it's five of us.
How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
It has been a while.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
Hey, Thancred.
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage? You are looking well. How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter. In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
Adventure.
Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have a Stinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters.
Yeah,
I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Thavnir. Thavnir. I love Thavnir. So colorful. Hello, I return. Ah, full of imminent adventure. I never tire of this feeling. Just imagine the possibilities. In my travels, I spied many a child wandering alone, orphans in all likelihood. Their homes raised by beasts and blasphemies can be rebuilt. The void left by those we have lost cannot so easily be filled. We pray to Sanduruva for your safe return. May the wealth of her blessings guide you to the treasure you seek. I sent you to recruit Graha, and you return with an entire survey party. I hope Matsia's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is, we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. Ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs in the shallows there. Aye, we will keep an eye out. This would probably be the thing I would need. Aliens. But I will just take one. Yeah, I'll just take money. Money is good. What? Alzadal's legacy. Stolas is intrigued by the legend of Alzadal III. Alzadal III. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of this journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? What of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. Map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. But let us dispense with conjecture and set sail for the vault. Yeah, let's go. Thank you, Stola. We have to do a dungeon with NPC members. We'll have to sit this one out. Oh, we already doing the dungeon. Okay, nice. It was nice and quick. Yeah, we'll go in with a party of NPCs. Because I like that. And Destinian has to go along. Because he bought the map and everything. Why would you not take him along? So...
Right then.
I'm sorry, Stola. This... You two have to come. Also, I really wanted to take Raha. It's kind of unfortunate that you don't get to come, but you know, tis what tis. Destinian was first. Could go in as a healer. You know what? Why not? Lianjie was kind of added at the last moment. That's the last one in. He can sit this one out. I'll be a sage. And then, yeah, you can do this. Insufficient item level. Okay, that's very unfortunate. What item level do I need? 5, 6. Alright then. But barely go as Dragoon. What I can do, I suppose, well, let's quickly go to Ratzatan. See if we can get anything for the couple of tombstones of causality we have. Can we get stuff for the tombstones of causality? I don't really know. We get that. Is that over here? Collectible appraiser. Skip exchange. Right here. Merchant. Vendor's vendor. Materia melder, materia vendor. Hang. I did not expect to hit item level cap this quickly. Oh, hello. Do I get on top of here? Yeah. Wait. Do I just... There we go. That's well. Balshan Bazaar. If commerce is the lifeblood of Ratzatan, then these roofed market stalls would be its heart. Balshan himself was a legendary merchant who made a vast fortune through trade with other nations. It was his final wish that his estate be spent on the construction Great Bazaar, ever flowing with coins and wares. Nice. Okay, totem and sundries, token exchange, gear exchange, tombstone exchange. There you are. We can get anything. I will be able to get one thing. You get 2 accessories. Accessories are what we need most, I think. By 15. Even change this for something with 620. Can you get me over the edge? Yeah, that's the lowest thing, along with the Joker. You know what? Let's see what happens if I do this. And value. And that's not enough. Dang. Unfortunate. I don't have any more currency. Well, one more thing we can do. Not a market board. What's this about? Board. Really doesn't seem to be a market board. Not at all. I kind of expected there to be one. No. Alright, then we will go to someplace. New Gridania, because that's moderately cheap compared to other places I could go. It won't be too ridiculously expensive on Ragnarok. Okay, what do I need? I need sage earrings. That's very expensive. This is also very expensive. Might as well almost just get this. 80, what do we have? 548. What is my other lowest thing? My bracelets are terrible, but mostly it's on ring. That's a ring. It's very expensive. That I hit things. There's also none of these. What do you buy? Oh, these are very affordable too. Let's do it. Just for now. 45, so it's slightly better. Then, oh, we don't. Yes, we do need this. Doable. Get classical wristbands in this case. Earrings, 548. So if this is worse, classical earrings are very affordable. That's a high quality one. Less affordable. Let's get a normal quality one. And that should get me. Why did you equip it in the same place? It gets me barely above what I need to have. It'll just have to do for now, I guess. Okay, back to Deadly. No, State Rogue is fine too, I guess. Oh, with this little intermezzo behind us, we can actually go into a dungeon, I guess. Let's hope we don't die too hard. So, minimum item level for this dungeon. Okay, let's try this again. Already have good people selected. Really wanted to take. Item level increases to 600. I wish it was 600. Instead of 560. Oh, let's go. Let's see how this goes. See if I can heal worth a damn. Body on you. Go ahead, thank you.
This will hurt. This will hurt.
Okay. I'm entirely sure this is going to go very well. Given this very first encounter with anything. Jeez, what's going on? Ah! Man. Didn't spot those danger puddles in time. Good. Allow me. Keep up with this.
Hold still.
Come on.
This will hurt.
Hold still.
This will hurt. You underestimate me. This will hurt.
Keep up. One more. This. Don't attack me. Go away. Go attack Raha, thank you. No, what are you doing? Raha. Good job. Please. I'll vaguely do mine. Allow me. First boss now. Looks pretty bossy. Let's see how he will die to that. go. Oh. Oh. Eat. Thank you. Get in.
I will not hold back!
It would be very painful. But I didn't die. So that's something. Oh god.
Away with you! I will end this farce! I will not hold back! Gloves are off!
Still not dead. I am dead now. No, I have to hunt this whole bit again. I have to figure out how you can see where the safe spot is on that one. I'm totally not sure on that one. Anything? Over here? So you think about it?
I will not hold back!
I was not time for that one or that one. Oh, balls.
Something special for you!
digging. Maybe. No. Is there anywhere to go? Maybe here? No.
I will not hold back!
Hold still.
Doing another big wave. Soften a little bit. Oh, we did it. Kind of. Yeah. Careful passage to foaming bears, I guess. Saying something? Oh man, was no fake after. And why do you keep getting? Please stop doing that.
Gloves are off.
Go. Stuff, please. That's not good stuff. What? 575. Oh, that would be nice if it was a thing of healing. Thing? Oh, what is this? Oh no, what's happening? Unrecognized ethereal signature. Isn't the? You will proceed no further. Okay.
Hold still.
Very bad. Take him off me, please. Stop.
I will not hold back.
No! Fuck off. Give me. No.
Something special for you.
Hold still.
Need to get some things down.
Allow me.
Page for now. So you need to kind of kill some stuff before I run out of juice.
Hold still.
Throw some juice with this.
Allow me.
Did you finish? Phew. A bit there. What a lot. No, don't attack me. Haha. Do your dang job. Do your job. Hold tight to do mine. I'm busy.
Allow me.
Dang. It's not useful. Another one of these, huh? Be right on me. Aha. 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 Wall is dead.
Hold still.
I will not hold back.
What do you do? Yeah.
I will end this wrath.
And like this war will be a true. Probably will be. Good.
You underestimate me!
Allow me.
Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no.
This will hurt.
I will not hold back.
Speculated bits, probably even more this time.
Something special for you.
Think? Kill me. Was it vaguely good?
I will not hold back.
Hold still.
You underestimate me!
Allow me. Hold still.
Good leave with your undoing. Yay. Made it. So. Haha. Ah. Can attack with this. Go get. Please, get all the baddies. You.
Hold still.
Don't talk.
You underestimate me!
Yes?
Allow me!
Good. Second boss, first time? Offer? Materia, sure. Wow, finally. I didn't know this. So that's almost 60 minutes. Getting this done. Nice. Oh. Kill it. Ready to do that one.
Gloves are off.
Enough, really? Could be better. What? Five. Not bad, not bad. Mimics are not ones that them actually have treasure. Okay. What's there? Quite a few things. I cannot pull one of you without pulling lots of others. Also, Gaha. Could you please come take this off me? I'd kind of like to stop dying, please.
Allow me!
How do we get these? FPS is out. Really? Oh, getting a cutscene already. Blooming Warden Capicul. No? So the treasure chest here? Let's have a healing item. That's materia. Anything useful? Thanks a lot. Treasure chests. Nothing. You know what he's going to do? Probably a lot of things. Going to be
Allow me.
I'm not really sure why. Something with the green one. Very painful for very long. Oh no, what's happening? Can't spin fast enough. Oh no, I'm going to die. Sorry, I have to use it myself.
You're mine! You underestimate me! Time to end this! You underestimate me!
Ooh. I don't really know what the power surge mechanic was about. I thought it was about the green things. Clearly it wasn't. Because we stood on the green thing last time. On the green curtain thing. Well, let's see what we get. I would be happy with aiming, slaying, or healing. All those three things are fine. Thank you. Something. 5, 16. That's pretty nice. Let's do it. That is pretty useless. It's not class. Casting this. One check. The highest class for any of this is 63. Right? Yeah, Paladin. So my casting classes are 50, except for Remain. That won't be high enough to do any of this. Still, we made it, which is nice. Okay, Chloe and Jay is here. Managed to come along in. I'm really happy with how this dungeon went, eventually. Bit of a hiccup at the start. Then did 2 bosses on try.
What have we here?
What indeed?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters?
We have not.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
We are not common looters. We have a noble cause for our looting.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
I really want to do this. Yes, I'm going to do this. I wasn't going to touch it, but you know you should have.
You and I will speak later.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
Aw.
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Wait, you just told us not to open it. What are you going to show us?
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Such a tiny portal to really be so dangerous. I came here in search of something that might further my research. I did not anticipate a fully functioning void gate. Even in the learned halls of Shari, it is forbidden to throw wide the gates to the abyss. The peril is far too great. I would imagine so. I expect you have more questions. Right. Look, can I just go there and look? Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is a product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to it. I think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery. Its swirling emptiness puts me in mind of my old friends, to mention old foes. We now enter Olzadol's legacy with a party of NPC avatars, blah blah blah. Stola is appraising the void gate with scholarly eye.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
South? Gasidia?
An age 5 millennia past, when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia, the southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat, and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities. In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
He's one of the brood.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the arts to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razat Han and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I remember when Neo turned purple.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether. Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
You don't know that.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
That is true.
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Step to the quest event. Utra's grief for a lost sibling will be no mystery to Estini. His hath been alive and entwined in his sorrow, even before he became close to near existence. The 13th. Tales must consume that world. Indeed. Millennia have passed since I last saw her. I see Ashdaya in memory still, clear and vivid. I wondered how one of the first brood could simply vanish and leave no trace of her passage. I have my answer. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulated this magic gate. Ownership. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardian's use to handily destroy it. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. My apologies. We are perhaps a touch zealous in a rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we will be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, I should return to Razadhan. Just want to take a little look there. A little look. Oh, it's closed now. I'm gonna look. Yeah, fine. Possible. This way. These are stairs, I believe. Go around again. While I am loath to keep Kyle waiting much longer, I cannot bring myself to leave before hearing more of Utra's tale. It was a most enjoyable expedition, for which I am grateful. As for mine evaluation, I shall impress upon the Loporits that a treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels as the metal of any would-be intruder. There's much about the Void Gate that I cannot even begin to explain. I must convince Utra to share everything he knows. Utra speaks as if Ashdaya is a lost cause, but I wager he feels different as a part of hearts. This is quite the gathering. What do we owe the pleasure? Promise we will discuss the Void Gate further. First I must attend to the matter of the false sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, Capiculu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage. See that it is conveyed to its post along with some lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born of the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me blasphemy, yet roams free. No, it was kind of us. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. With that, the fort will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Quite a few, in fact. But I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock, warded it with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. Truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void set. From this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man? Did Elf know it? Given a firm push. Physical size is only one consideration. True restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. Yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate its fissure to transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Ashdaria, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus has the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, and bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, its covenant was broken, the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it would be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we could attempt to gain an understanding of the bounty gate. Maybe we could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, but those futile hopes we rest centuries ago. My place, the duty is here now. I had meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? Do I keep blaming other people? I'm going to keep blaming other people. As I recall, it was you who was chasing the tales of unseen ruins. Well, as you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the story is quite real, if not its rumored origin, but I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Not that's what we were going to do, so good on you. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Yeah, sure. Maybe some of it. Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that cannot never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. Oh, most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Lopperids will be anxious to receive my report. But beg my leave. And I must be off to Charlian as well. Mr. Skyle was eager to speak with you about that request. Please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Well, for now. We can discuss my findings once I return. Won't be rid of me so easily. We may now undertake the chronicles of a new era quest series, Myths of the Realm. Speak with the fresh-faced student at the Baldessian Annex to accept the first quest. What's that? I assume it's Kyle's thing, but I hope you enjoyed the expedition at least. Otherwise it was a heavy purse to pay for a treasure map, even to a treasure we couldn't. It's very fun. You died a couple of times, I died a couple of times. That was okay. I got better. The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. I need your assistance in these deliberations. Anything to make up for the contracts we broke. Don't think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors. I will consider the broken contracts paid for in full. Olai and I are in this together. I will follow her example. Nice. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Be in the void. It's very voidy. Sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. It was thrown open from the other. I too felt it. Rare occurrence, yes. Such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. Opportunity is upon us, coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. We must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Let her come. I will drown the world and watch the fleshly dust back in the final moment. I can only breathe on the water, so that's not good. Lucille is admirable, but forget not the past. Think back on the struggles beneath the sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. It is time we set the war in motion, win redemption from the start. going to have a quick bio break. We'll return for the next quest. Streaming that. I think we will finish today. There's 5 more quests to go. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Continuing. Bashan wishes to discuss the distribution of the treasure. Shall we begin? We are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the Satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead, because the Warrior of Light is totally something easy to talk to. Lorelei, you're to visit Rakiali and Geldiman. Speak with Matia and his people. Listen to their grievances. Justinian, get you to the same at Palakastan. I will be conducting my own inquiries at Giant's Gold Grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, you can reconvene at Magaduta. Okay. Let's go to Charlie apparently first. Kind of hoping that I could go to Yetliman first, because I teleport to Yetliman first. Alright. Let's go. To the beach. For the ship. Presumably used to come back, even though I just kind of teleported. Oh, Lorelei, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. Finished with the boat then? Yeah. Anything the village desperately needs? Well, I suppose culture's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish. But although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Okay. Back to Yatlimar to go. It was just there, you know? Speakers. Junk more. You. What do you people need? Greetings and welcome, traveler. This is your first visit to Devnir. You must try my special Amralassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally, I part with 3 bottles for the generous price of 19,800 gil. For you, I am willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. I am not a stealer. Stinian? Who is this? Ah! You're the one who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. It will no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Guild staff? Hello. What do you need? How fare's the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? Trade routes are open once more now that danger has passed, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to that the sailors we lost in the final days, and it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. Kolshal and his consortium were still with us. I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was the man who got things done, God rest his soul. You have spoken with key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace hardships. Ashana awaits your report at Magaduta. Let's go to Razatan. Thank you very much. Magaduta. Checking for viewpoints. So quickly. It's too busy over here. maybe it's something to unlock later. I'm busy. It seemed my stint on Filter's back did not go unnoticed. I couldn't take 2 steps before another Harnish local was thanking me profusely for saving their home. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least. And there are few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakastan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yaldimad. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Palakastan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. Quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gold to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Tavner has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyali and Yaldimad? Well, mostly the same, kind of. Few traders, no buyers. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yaldimad. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale, repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. Lorelei, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Sure.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Kalzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Most of them don't seem to resolve it super well. What does this mean? Mean it takes a village to raise a village or something?
Of course, we must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
It is a tax.
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
One of your most successful merchants, Kalzal.
A successful merchant. I believe I see thy reasoning. Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Mirad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation.
I like it.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, See to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
This would be a thing, I guess. But no, I'll take money. Cutscene or not? Britta is warming to his role as saddler. Clearly all those years behind the curtain were not spent napping. Yeah, sure, I have no interest in me. Veteran Radiant wishes to share his gratitude. Thank you for putting forth Kalsal's name. Those whose life he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You'll forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Stola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Stola must have finished her study on the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. I thought the Satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-coiled cogs of this administration since before I, assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusion your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish. Allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Let's go do the thing. Go to I love that. We'll hear what your scholarly comrade has to say. The one who claims it is too late to save his sister, but seems awfully interested in whatever revelations Stola might have to share.
Right, here we all are.
Yay, voices.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many Voidsent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Voidsent's physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the Gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
Does it feel to shadow?
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th, and humbled the Cloud of Darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Easy.
Since when were you one for the quiet life?
I'm not complaining.
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Void Scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daymir was overseeing the project.
Daymir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daymir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
I want to be funny today. Has favorite places sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Khalzal Foundation.
I'm pretty tall myself. It'll be fine.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
In we go. To enter Numenon's restricted archives with the minimum fuss, you must secure the permission of the Fallen. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member of the Broach to enter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind. How's Collect Montichet? He'd come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. It is settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Sturl is now accompanying me. Teleport with you accompanying me? Doesn't hope so. Stuff we can talk about on the way? About. You want to talk about it? I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. Never had the chance to attend the studio. Another did Tancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louis Swat took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Did I wonder as well? Oh, never mind me. Just an idle thought. The other option would be here the last time after a day of lectures. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I couldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright halls of academia as one could get, but it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Okay. Ah, visitors. Quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, a furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. All this wide world of comparative serenity so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, research left behind by House Daemir has lain dormant in Charlene's archive for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That's exactly what we intend. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? Montoya music. To develop a method for traversing the rift. One, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. Yet I want to understand everything. I want to travel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if it can't revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous. Audacious proposal worthy of Master Montoya herself. After hearing the whys and the wherefores, I for one do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the forum's consideration. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Why, Mr. Fortuneau, of course. You can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrade. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortuneau on our side tipped the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Levelier's Gate and plead our case. Last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager, so if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Golarg, I will be sure to pass on any revelations. The form can be a cantankerous beast. One needs a persuasive voice to get moving into the desired direction. Shane seemed optimistic. I doubt convincing Fortuneau to champion our cause will be as simple as showing up on his doorstep. Probably not. Showing up on his doorstep is start. I think we can talk about on the way. But I don't think so. Take the headshot. Hello. Ah, Mistress Lorelei, Mistress Y'shtola. How may I be of service? You've come to speak with Master Fortuneau. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, the Emilians would invite you inside for tea. But I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss? Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montaigne has expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you, he'll not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again. Unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? no pressing needs exist, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? A brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend. A selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his effort elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. It is no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Dang you, Stola. Collections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experience in the first should constitute a fair exchange for your cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberation. Deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian end. Thank you. I suppose we go to the Baldessian Annex then. Stola first. The matter is out of our hands. All that remains is to return to the Annex and await word of the forum's decision. Let's do that. Yet another feature quest. Oh yeah, that's the thing Kyle wanted me to do. What the heck is this? There we go. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian, and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that our student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain term I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution. There will be repercussions if it's not. I wish you well in your endeavor. Bid you a good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising? Aye. But that very stoicism is exactly what Charlie needed to guide it through not one, 2 exoduses. If I were but 5 years younger, I'd cast aside my lectern and join you on your adventures in a heartbeat. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Damir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. But I think before we go into the archives, I think this is where I will end this stream. It's already past midnight. I'm kind of starting to feel my throat. And I'm kind of starting to feel lower on energy a bit. So I think it is best that we call it a night here and continue Sunday, maybe? I won't have time tomorrow, unfortunately. There's some work stuff that needs to be done. But Sunday, maybe. I'm in this now. I do want to go to the 13th, to the Void. See what that is all about. So yeah. Thank you all for joining me. And I have been Fae'ret. This has been Lorelei Dracht. These are Monteshane and Y'shtola and some other person. And I suppose I will see you next time. Good night, everyone.